Hi and welcome back to another video from Kel & Co. So I've been trying all weekend to record another video, but just impossible with having all the kids home, but the two little ones are down for a nap at the moment, so let's see what we can get through before. And that's the bird, sorry, he sits right next to me. My partner actually said to me, when I did my last video, he said, "Oh, was the bird quiet the whole time for you?" And I said, "Oh, I didn't really actually pay attention to what the bird was doing." But I thought that I would show you my different categories that I've got and what I'm using for my highlighters. So just to show that it doesn't need to be an expensive venture to begin with. I first started off just with the cheap Kmart highlighters, but due to the shortage of stock situation that we're currently in, I couldn't get any more of those, and I only had 4, so that's never going to get me very far. But all I did with mine was actually wrote on them with a permanent marker what the categories are. So I think the highlighters themselves were like $2. We already had the permanent marker. So to begin, you don't need to outlay a lot of money. The Budget Mum has a lot of free resources on her website, and she's got a course on there that you can do as well that will then give you access to a private Facebook group. So definitely recommend checking that out. So these are my different categories that I've got. Just get them in order. There, so I've got food, which is groceries and takeaway, car and caravan, so that's things like fuel, registration, repairs, medical, so that's any dental, doctor visits, pharmacy, and our health insurance. Kids is any childcare costs, sporting, anything that the kids need. Then the next one we've got is gifts and fun. We've got home, so that's anything for like home repairs or like garden if we need more, mulch or fertilizer, anything like that. Let's grab my other ones out. I've got home utilities, so of course that's like bills, etc. Things that have to be paid to keep the household running. Then I've got personal utilities, so that's things like our phone and, things for us personally, maybe like getting hair done, etc. Then I've got income, missed insurance, so that's for like house insurance, car insurance, caravan insurance, like any insurance things, and then debt. Then you can see here that I have some more categories and I didn't have any more highlighters, so I've just used a different method of noting those. So I've got savings, miscellaneous, and mortgage. Now, I was watching a video from Rainbow Budgets the other day, and she actually puts her mortgage in her utilities, and I think from February I'm going to actually change over to that, but just because the purple is so dark anyway, having 2 purple is not so good. And I'm also rethinking, I haven't used anything from House and Garden yet, so I'm sort of pondering whether I need that one, or as well could that go under utilities. So it's always a learning thing with this. There's always, you watch what other people are doing and you think, oh, that's a really brilliant idea, maybe I should do that too. So because we only started doing this year, I'm still really finding my flow with it. The next thing I thought that we would have a look at is our debt plan. Now, obviously I said the other day, I feel like we've got a very average level of debt for our household, probably a lower. I've been seeing a lot of people on the Facebook group of the Budget Mum, and actually we're quite fortunate with the debt amount that we have. You can see just for the credit cards, our minimum payments aren't that ridiculous, especially because as you pay them off, they reduce down, and actually those are around the wrong way. With mine, I use whiteout because I don't have erasable pens, because I was just using the pens that I had here at home. And I'm not sure where my highlighter's gone, because the kids love to get up here and open the computer up and sit there typing, saying, "I'm working like mummy." But I wanted to point out this, which is our, and hopefully you can see it, yes, our starting debt. So back when we first had the 2 car loans at the beginning and the credit cards when they were fully charged, that would have been 2018, midway through the year. This is the debt that we started with. So as you can see, over the past few years, we've actually managed to get it down quite well, and that was really just paying the minimums. Now, these 2 car loans, all of the the interest is actually built into the payments. So there's the payments don't get less the further along you pay it off, because it's set up in a way that this is the amount you finance, this is the interest, and these are your payments that you'll make over X amount of period, and that's just what the payments are. We choose to do ours weekly because my partner gets paid weekly and I get paid fortnightly or bi-weekly, so it's just easier. And we also do the same with our mortgage, which actually is a bit of a trick. If you can wrangle the money to pay your mortgage weekly, I would definitely recommend, because the mortgage is set up for that you will pay back 4 weeks in a month. That's what they assume. Every month has 4 weeks. So if you get a month where the day that your mortgage payment comes out, ours is a Friday. So any time we have a 5 weeks with 5 Fridays in the month, we get an extra mortgage payment taken out, which then sits in our mortgage and is available here in Australia. We've got ours is available for redraw. So it's sort of a sneaky way to save money without realizing you're saving money. And because I think December was a 5-week month, all of the mortgages, we often dip out of there to put money towards, bills that we might need. But each mortgage has one of its payments sitting in there, all bar one, which has been set up fortnightly, which the bank did that upon themselves. So that's just a little tip. If you can work out your money situation to, afford to be able to do it weekly, I would definitely see if you can get it set up that way. So this is our January one. I'm not sure what, and again, these are around the wrong way. I'm not sure what credit card interest this is, because it's linked to my partner's bank account, not mine. So anytime I want to transfer money to it or do something, I have to get him to log in to his internet banking for me to do it, because I don't know what his logins are, and that's fine. But I would assume, I have a feeling it's a little bit less than this one. Now, this credit card was, when we got our mortgage, the bank was like, here, this package is the best for you. You have to pay this yearly fee. Oh, but guess what? You get a free credit card. So we linked this credit card up for that. It's really irritating me. Okay, that's better. And I've only that had a really low interest rate. I've recently changed it. Sorry about that. I couldn't reduce down the balance. So what we are doing with this one, every time we pay off $500, we reduce that balance down, just so we can't be tempted to charge it back up again. So again, if your credit card has the facility where you can go on your internet banking and take that balance down yourself, I would highly recommend it. It just makes it more visual, that when you go into your internet banking and you see it there, instead of having the starting balance of this one, I think was $5,500, instead of being able to see that we've got all that money available there that we could go and spend, we're not tempting ourselves by bringing it down. So the balance on this, when I wrote this down, was only $2,000, because I like to have a nice buffer there just for when the interest comes out, that it's not going to go over. We've since done some extra payments to it, and so that has now been dropped down to the balance only being at $1,500 available. So even if we wanted to go use that money, it's not there, we can't use it. So we'll keep doing that until we can get it all the way down. Same with this one, we'll start doing that now that the credit card has been changed to a different type, so that we can reduce it down. So this one, starting balance was $3,500. So you can see we've not had much focus on this one since we've had it. Now, originally we got these credit cards because we were going on a holiday and we needed to have, and this is back when you couldn't use like a debit card for a holiday when they wanted, like card details to put on the room. So we got credit card I think it was this one originally for a holiday. We went on a cruise, and then we used that to just pay for what we spent on the cruise, and then never paid it off, which is pretty standard with credit cards. And they make it so easy that you can go in and top up the balance. And then we went on another cruise, and so we paid for the cruise in our own money, but then we used the credit card again to charge for all the expenses that we incurred whilst on holiday. And then again, they make it too easy to just up your limit. You can up your limit on your app, on your phone. It's so easy. They don't make it that easy, especially with this one when it was linked to the previous type of credit card it was. I could up the limit, no problem, but I could not take it down. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting this one gone. We've already made 2 extra payments to it this month, and we're only halfway through the month. So I'm hoping we can get another 2 extra payments on it each for the 2 more weeks of this month and really get that down. But yeah, as you can see, we started with $70,000 of debt, and all we had to show for it was the 2 cars and some memories. So I mean, better than having the credit card debt and having nothing to show for it, that you can't remember what you spent it on. But it's still, to me, like, that's an atrocious figure. I'm so much happier that, you know, looking at this to see where it is at now. And I'm really excited to see where it's going to be at the end of this budget month for us. So I couldn't really find in the front of the book, there's a lot of instructions, but I've done the last month total debt balance as the last day of our December budget. We obviously started our January budget with a few days of December left, and that's going to be the same situation for February. Just because we do it weekly, you're going to have that carryover. So the end of our January week will actually be February 2nd. So that's why we've got here as of the 2nd of February, like at the close of business day, what the debt progress is at. It makes it really easy because the interest isn't added on, it's just built into the loan at the beginning. We can easily just see, take off that amount, and that tells us straight away exactly where we're at. So that's easy to work out. I'm really excited as well to be getting these down. This one was originally $40-something thousand on its own. It's coming to close to the end of the life of the loan now, hence why it's so low, but it's really exciting to see it now like under $15,000. And of course, by the end of the month, because it's got such a large minimum monthly payment, that's going to be down again, even lower. Now, obviously, our order here is the credit cards are correct, but these are probably around the wrong way. I wasn't sure what this one's interest was, and we found the paperwork the other day. So now that I know that that's got the higher interest rate, I'll probably switch that to the number 3, and then this one will be number 4. So yeah, that's our budget categories and our debt payment plan, what it looks like currently for January, and that revolting starting figure of debt that we had. And now all of this does not include our mortgage or the mortgage on our investment property. So those will hopefully be a 2023 debt goal. We might look at reducing down some of the smaller portions, because the way our mortgages have been set up, we actually have 4 mortgage accounts. So probably look at reducing one of those down that's linked to our residential home that we live in, just so that we can free up some equity to look at doing something here to grow our house, because like I said the other day, it's quite small. We have 3 children now, and they're only getting bigger, and most days it feels like we are just constantly tripping over the kids, their toys, and each other. So that's it. I'll leave it here for today. Hopefully the bird hasn't been too loud. He really likes to sort of, what are you up to, Mum? What are you doing there? And I've got a towel over his cage so that he doesn't get his bird seed all over my computer and the desk. So hopefully he's not being too loud, and hopefully you can hear the dishwasher in the background either. But thank you again for spending your time with me today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.